Okay, we're gonna start a little bit early today, a few minutes early, just so we can not miss any trades if 1 p.m. doesn't come. Yeah, this is interesting here. We're on this 15-minute fair value gap. NQ's already pushing lower through it. I want to see where we close on this order block here. What the heck? Let's see. So what does mess? Whoa. Hold up. Someone just sent me this. We're committed to helping traders build habits. Okay. After reviewing your trading activity, we identified that behaviors that don't align with our responsible trading standards would not be sustainable. Okay. Excessive trading, combine purchase, and recycling of express funded. Loss of multiple live funded. Damn. Let's see here. You can continue trading in your active accounts, but cannot purchase new combines. Oh. So this is like Apex. You may only have one account time across all. I see, okay. After 3 months, continue trade. Okay, at least you're able to still trade at least here. After 3 months of continued trading activity, you may request a review of your trading to potentially gain access to multiple accounts. Wow, that's interesting. Holy crap. You guys see that? What is happening with Topset? They're really cracking down. Yeah, we're gonna get a nasty closure through this order block. Yes, could be safe, but NQ already demonstrating strong displacement here. And that 1 p.m. close is what I'm looking for too. Where's that from? Someone just sent me that. I'm not sure. Let me see. I'm gonna ask. Someone just sent me that on private messages. Oh, we're gonna get disclosure here. Yeah, this is pretty deep moves here. I'm gonna ask if he minds I post this. Okay, he said as long as I block the name, but let me do that. Yeah, 15-minute closure. This is looking pretty bearish here. We got this flip. We got this inversion too. I think I want to look for shorts right now. It's just a consolidation type of day too, so you really want to look for confirmation. You don't want to just enter blindly. So I think any retrace right now, any significant retrace would be qualified for a short right now. And if we do get a move back up, it could be all the way back up here, or even just like a slight retrace where we get like, you know, a high swept, and then we'll get like maybe like an inversion or something. That would be my entry, stop at the previous high. That would be a decent risk reward type of trade I would like. 1 hour immediate fair value gap. That's what I was thinking about too. Like if we went lower, perhaps we yeah, drive into the hourly fair value gap first because we're so close. But that doesn't seem that the case right now. And it's starting to be more likely that I would go for shorts right now. Ideally off this 5-minute inversion, especially on ES, because that would also show confirmation. And you're going for the swing low. It's interesting. Okay, so we're getting some retrace here. I'm looking at shorts. I'm pretty much looking for shorts right now. I think ideally we want to take some of these highs out. I'm going to drop down probably to a 30-second. And then the moment we get confirmation somewhere, most likely inside this 5-minute fair value gap here, inversion here, I'm going to try to play it, at least for these internal lows, and then we can just trail it. Yeah, most likely on NQ as well, because it's the weaker asset. Do you guys like shorts right now, or like, if you were to long or short right now, comment in chat, or just stay on hands. That's also an option too. ES is barely moving. I just want a decent risk reward as well as confirmation. I'm gonna go on the 1 minute again. Yeah, I don't know how far this is gonna go. I'm not short yet. I'm gonna short the moment it start turning down. So we're in this 5-minute inversion now. ES is like a little bit stagnant compared to NQ right now. It's weird because it was just dropping pretty hard, and ES was holding. Now it's like refusing to push back up. So yeah, I'm also interested probably to this 15-minute fair value gap too, because we already inverted this. So yeah, now I'm just kind of waiting for the short model to play out. We have this 5-minute closure that makes it a nice BPR here. I'm gonna try to play for this BPR. I'll try best to commentate it, but it's gonna be up to you for you to push the button if you like it or not. And I think, you know, stop would try to be a closure above, outside of the BPR, as long as it doesn't move too much. Yeah, so we're in this BPR right now. We're gonna try to drive in a little bit higher. It's a large, it's like a 10-point BPR right now, but you're also looking for confirmation to flip. But I do like the BPR short right now. Already the idea was inversion and just looking for confirmation. Now we have something. So along with this BPR, like I ideally would like a 1 minute, 30-second confirmation for the turn before we enter. But if you want like start or somewhere, this would be ideally kind of like the risk reward I'm looking for. I got my jug of water with me too. I'm just a little bit surprised how ES is moving. Very, very slow. Yeah. In here right now. We're driving higher. I'm gonna try to look at this 1 minute gap here. On the 30-second. Johnny, like yesterday, he was talking about the 15-second. Let's see if the 15-second does cook up something. I mean, you could kind of see a 15-second change state delivery, but that doesn't have that framework of a long for me yet. The framework for me looks like a short right now. So what I'm waiting for is basically just a low time frame. I don't want to rely on the 15-second because I'm not really comfortable with that, but the 30-second typically is there. Let's see if we can click something here. We're just driving inside this 5-minute BPR here. It still looks good. It still looks really good here. ES tapped in. That's a really good signature too. Perhaps off this 30-second here too. You get the idea. Damn it. I really need a low time frame fair value gap. So I think we long if we inverse 1255. I'm gonna give it more wiggle room, and if we do try to flip this 5-minute, I would probably start eyeing the upside. We still have this 15-minute here too. It's up to you. I mean, today is also somewhat of a consolidation type of back and forth here. I wouldn't say seeking short too much because we made a low, we made a high, and we've just been kind of not even high resistance, just refusing to break. I think it's more like choppiness here. So yeah, still this idea is still in play right now. Just waiting for this 30-second or 1 minute to flip really is my breaking point here. This is where I marked it too. We're inside this 15-minute inversion. This actually looks pretty good. I have to admit, this has the right framework. Just no confirmation yet. We're about to probably see it here. I mean, you could probably see this at 15-second. I don't like the 15-second though. I need to practice more because yesterday Johnny was talking about it and I was like, it makes, you know what? Using that as a confirmation instead of an entry model is the right move with it. Because when I use like low time frame under 1 minute, it's always so bad because I just use it as entry model and it'll just keep on flipping you back and forth. Can you explain the reason behind wanting a long? I think we're looking at shorts right now. Because the framework is a short model. Long if it flips the 5-minute inversion. I could play with that. I mean, I like that, but we're still also choppy, so like I'm also thinking like kind of premium discount type of thing. We're going back to equilibrium here. I think we should try and play this downside here. Closure here, we could get like a 30-second breaker that not to be used as an entry model. So like if this is used as an entry model, that means like you'll put your stop above the breaker or above the high. That's not the case. It just, you're getting some validation for the downside is what I'll be looking at, because the setup is the 5-minute play or the 15-minute, whichever you want to look at it. They're both similar. So that's our framework here. We haven't got this confirmation yet. I wick lower, move up higher, still bullish here. can you define confirmation? So something what we've been discussing about. Wait, where did this? Oh, it's on the low time frame. So if you have a setup, let's say on the 5 minute or so, you have an entry function already. Usually you would want to enter where you want to see it. But if you're not too confident in the way that like we're gonna respect right away, and you basically want to get on the downturn. So let's say this is our short here on the 5 minute, and you're looking for this big move down. On the higher time frame, let's say the 5 or the 15 minute, you're looking for basically something like this. But on the lower time frame, it's perhaps a 30 or 1 minute. What you want to see is like, you know, it could keep on building up, and the moment it does flip, rather than getting up on the move up or getting just blindly shorting, you wait for a lower time frame flip first, then you start shorting, and then now this play, the setup on the 5 minute is in play. So that's where you enter. The idea is to help you prevent from basically trying to catch a knife or the opposite of that. Because what if it doesn't do that? What if you have a short setup here, but what if it just keeps on pushing, and you had no confirmation anywhere? That's like something you could have protected yourself if you just waited for even like a 30-second flip. It doesn't have to be a breaker. It doesn't have to be another entry model. It's just like, now I just want to see us respecting the downside. So far, right? We've been just looking up. Big displacement here. Candle closure up. We made some lows, but like not too crazy of lows. We wick down, close higher. That's a pretty bullish signature. That just means it's not ready to short yet. Also, confirmation is displacement too. Notice how the turn down has not really done much yet. Usually, though, you wouldn't need confirmation too much if we already got like a sweep of a higher time frame or liquidity. We didn't really do that here. So if we swept this high and then we started like giving a setup downwards, we don't need confirmation. The confirmation is our sweep already. We already have like an entry model, entry function. We have a draw liquidity. We wouldn't need a low time confirmation. This one we would need it because you see we have this low, we have this high. We've been just stuck in this range for the rest of the session from AM all the way to PM. And I'll mark it like this. That's why I've been kind of preaching this way, this style of trading. It's like a more of a framework type of thing. Another 15-minute setup here, or fair value gap made here. We just basically gonna try to inverse this. No confirmation yet on the lower time frame, so it's just been like a V reversal up. It could continue doing that, and then, you know, the short setup plan dies out. But if we can get some confirmation here, we didn't even get a drive inside this 15-minute here. Interesting. 68 was it? Let's get some displacement, and then I'm gonna try to join in here. Are you bullish or bearish? I don't think we said anything that's bullish the whole time here. All right, so basically a closure under this low would probably be that confirmation I would be looking for. And maybe the first retap back in, or even the closure would be would be something. 30-second here too. So this is where I start going for it now. So I'm gonna be in this play now. This is gonna be the setup. Stop is gonna be similar again. We got a confirmation now. So I'm gonna try to join in. It's gonna be a good idea. We're gonna try to review this if it plays out how I would want it. That means like I didn't short on the way up, I short on the way down. But we'll see. We'll see. It's still a very choppy day. I'm not too certain on a day like this, but this is good closure so far. I'm looking at the next swing low. So this will be the swing low that you'll be going for. And my stop is the previous high. Ideally want to see this push lower here. This will be the main immediate draw that I'm looking for, though. So we didn't enter on the first tap in. We enter on the second tap in, or tap going down. So if you're thinking like, where is it? Where is it? We move up and we move down. We're not shorting here. We're shorting here. And we can also use that previous swing high as our guidance too. So I have 56 average right now on this closure. Where are we going here? As long as we try to continue respecting the bearish beta raise, I'm still game on this. It looks doing fine so far. We made a 1 minute fair value gap. Want to see this press lower from here. So I have a hard stop set at this high, like I mentioned. It's about like 18 points. She said 56. There it is. But I don't necessarily have to use that as hard stop. If it does start flipping back up, I can kill the trade much sooner. I'm looking at chat. You guys are asking if we're in. If we're in, I'm pretty sure it's clear that we're in now. I'm not really looking at chat. I'm looking at charts and trying to commentate. And maybe we can review the trade after. We can talk about it after for like a learning experience. For those who are not familiar with how I'm working with. Where is this gap here? Just slow right now. I mean, we have the entry in. I have the stop set. I'm looking at my the swing low as my first TP essentially. Entry at 56. Let's just see. Looking good so far. Yeah, also something that you want to look for, 30-second inversion on this closure, confirm a somewhat of a very, very low time frame breaker. You should see like we just respecting upside the whole time. All right. And now we're trying to flip here. So that's where I started entering. And I wanted just to ideally keep on doing the same thing and just start displacing lower. And I'll mark out this 30-second breaker, not as an entry function, but as a confirmation. There we go. We're looking good. We're looking good. Let's see how far we can go. Deep drive. Deep drive. 27. Let's even get there. We're like halfway. I came back up. ES trying to SMT here. I have break even set though. If we come back above, I'm not gonna do break even. I'm gonna do green stop just because maybe we have different entries. If we get back above 55 here, 55, 54, we should just kill the trade. There's no reason to come back up after this flip. Cook. How is NQ holding better than ES right now? Literally, NQ was like nosedive. Why can't we get the same thing on ES? We would have already hit TP, first TP by now. And then we'll try to dance to this. So, about like 15 points at the low here. We're at 10 right now. But our stop on this was much bigger. Now we're at break even. We're trying to look for all that did this low ideally. Don't want to see it come back up. I have 3 cons on right now. Let's see. This is probably the ideal green stop now. That's the next previous high that I made. Especially if we close under this low, this would be the next green stop that I'm moving. And just gonna let it trail. Coming back down. There we go. I'm gonna take another one off and just hold the last one for down. Let this trail. So we're gonna just leave that. Oh wait, what? No. I had 3 cons. I took off 1. I didn't know I had a 2 quantity. Okay, that was my mistake. Damn. I'm not gonna be able to see it through. Well, if you guys, that's always up to you for entry. I didn't mean to close that out fully there. I meant to only take out 1, but I took out both too. I'm a nugget for that. I was looking for a potential re-entry, possibly at a better cost basis. For you guys who are still holding, if it were to me, what I would do is probably move this as the next green stop with its closure. You either hit this green stop or you go for this low here, 017. And you're gonna be very careful if we take this low. You want to move it very tight because it's not worth it to hold for another 10 points if your green stop's gonna be like 20-point recovery or 15 even. Just make it make sense. I never trade micros. Someone asking 3 minis or micros. I really never trade micros. It's just not me because I have my risk management already. If I got stopped in that trade, it'll be like 700, 800 bucks on each account. This is getting protected here. Also, if this is your first TP, let's say you take it off a low time frame entry function instead. Let's say it was something like this, right? Stop this breaker high or favorite gap high. This is low. It's kind of similar on the lower time frame. If this is your main TP, the 15-minute swing low, we're like a few points off. That's where you start trying to trimming because it's not worth it to really give go for another 3 points when ES is already taking the low and we have somewhat of an SMT. That's what I was concerned about here. And if I was still in, I might have slowly about to get green stopped here. I'm like 3 points away. We'll discuss the trade. Okay, I think most people might get green stop unless they put it here or break even. I'm just gonna move on from this trade. We're gonna review it one more time for the people in the back, and then we're gonna move forward from this. So basically, the idea was the 5-minute BPR. We did close above, but that doesn't really kill the trade in itself because we already inverse this 5-minute and we inverse this 5. It's just basically poor delivery. But what protects us is confirmation. So 5-minute setup. this is kind of the idea if you want to start it, but I was waiting for confirmation the whole time. Stop is a little bit higher than the BPR. Ideally, a closure would be the stop, but we already know that we're just kind of going through both sides. We're not getting the best delivery. If I had the checklist that I had, it'll be X on the delivery part. But we have this 15-minute made. It should be 15-minute here. Slight SMT in this case because we dove higher on ES. We did on NQ. So the short setup is still in play. What I did is I looked carefully on the 1 and 30 second. So on the move up, move up, move up. This is still bullish on the lower time frame. The moment it started flipping is when I entered here. So really either look for a closure down the first order block, or what I did, the 30 second here. 30 second inversion here. Let me mark that. Only in the seconds. I'm gonna just delete some of these other two. It's confusing. 30 second inversion on this closure, as well as a breaker. This is not an entry function in itself. This is just confirmation. So no matter if we didn't get a retrace, you still enter because now we're validating the upside. So imagine if this is like a 15-minute play. Let's just call it a 15-minute play. We want to see something like this, but you don't know if it goes something like this. You don't know if it's gonna go higher than that and then go down. And the trade might still be intact, but you might get maybe close to stop out. So what I like to do for days like these, especially when we get poor delivery, you wait on the lower time frame. We're on the 30 second right now. Up, up, up. So I'm gonna draw it. So far, everything's been respected. Even the first bearish candles order block here still holds, still holding. And then now we got a 30 second flip. We also got a 30 second breaker. That's where I entered here at 55.56. And then now that 15-minute play here, let's say our stop was here or something. Now this is in play here because we don't know if the 15-minute is going to run that before going lower in the wicket. So we wait for the 30-second confirmation, and then we go for the play and try to target the first TP area, which ES hits, NQ did. It just, you don't expect good price delivery today until you see good price delivery in general. This play is still playing out, but for how I manage and how I kind of been moving out of already got green stop on the move back up. I think what we talked about was this here. So we keep on trailing. Now we trailed at the previous high, got stopped out, green stopped out. You would probably TP down here too, because TP when ES hit the low, that's the T target here. And if you didn't, SMT, so you, once we made this low here, around 41, you can start looking for TPs and just trail it. If this didn't get hit, you're looking for, remember this is the next low, which I marked out here. All right, let's move on from that trade. We still have plenty of time. We're like 30 minutes in. For some reason though, we've been getting trades very often at the start of the stream. So I'm trying to start the stream a little bit earlier because sometimes I'll start at 1 and then the trade might happen like 103, 104. And I'm just like warming up and then I miss it. So I'm glad that we had some time to discuss the setup there first. If there's SMT at the lows, is that bullish? Not necessarily. You just want to protect yourself. We don't know if this SMT is anything of importance yet because this is a 1 minute SMT. If we take like a 15-minute or like a more of a swing low, swing high, that's something that you'll be mindful of. Okay. I don't know why, but I feel like when I've been streaming the last few days, my mouth just get really dry. I'm just talking way too much. All right. Yeah, hopefully that recap helped. If you didn't hear it, just rewind a few minutes or watch after the stream. Type 1 if you took that short. 2 if didn't. Let's just take a little consensus here. That's the 7th win streak so far. As long as we close the day green, we'll still count as a win. Someone asked if I'm long or short. Once again, price delivery is poor. So this is where you sit on hands and you wait for the next delivery or framework here. I didn't want to go for this low, but this is still pretty good. This is like 26 points. You don't have to time the low, but you can still make profit off it and just protect yourself, put a green stop. If the green stop didn't get tagged, you'll get the full 40 points. Sometimes it gets tagged, sometimes it doesn't. You just never know. And that's part of risk management. What's a green stop? So break even would be just break even. Like if you short, let's say 55, kind of where I did, and it comes back up, now you're break even. You were up probably 20 points, 30 points, it hit your break even. What a green stop is basically what I kind of talked about here, where I would set it after this low is made. If it comes back up, you'll kill the trade, and it's like a stop market basically. So if you're short 555 here, the last contract that you have would be +7 instead of break even. And if you lower even more, let's say you put it like somewhere at this low here, all right? Either it goes for this low or goes back to the previous low. It does come back. If it hits this coming back up like it did here, you'll just be killed the trade for like 20 points. If it doesn't, you'll keep on trailing it, and it might just keep on going lower and lower and lower. It might not even hit your trail ever. You might just sit there for like hours and enjoy like 100 points. The idea of a green stop is protecting yourself in case we either invalidate. For me, what I like to do is put it at the previous high depending on if we get a closure. So we got a closure here. I'm gonna move my green stop here. This should be enough distance to protect yourself. But if we do flip up, that means probably the trade is itself, the short trade, doesn't have that much strength. And I'm gonna probably also put the reasoning behind we have this SMT here. So ES, if we took the same trade on ES, it will look something like this, right? It will look something like this. Your main TP here. Yeah, earlier got taken, NQ'd in, and now we're trying to flip back up. I already anticipate 2 days is gonna be more choppy, so that's why I want to protect myself. And if you put it break even, now you kind of missed out on like a 30-point move. Break even, and you're trying to only go for an extra like 5-10 points, which is not worth it to me. Why do you make the poll for bias? I could do that. Yeah. But yeah, first trade of the stream so far. We're 34 minutes in. We stream till 3 p.m. So at this rate, we'll have one more trade most likely if it presents itself. I'm gonna mark this absentee out here though. Just a reminder though, if I look at the 15-minute right now, remember we had this low at 10 a.m. We had this high at 10:30. We've just been stuck back and forth inside this range. So that just means delivery is not what you expected. We're just going back and forth. So let's say you have short here and you want it to take out this low. Most likely it doesn't do that because it hasn't done that all day. And just playing basically probability. Is it more likely to actually slam down? No, because why? If it were to do that, it should have done that many times today. Anyway, we just keep on moving forward. Find another setup here. I'm kind of adopting the same trailing method as Lanto. I usually hate to trail because for this case, I did give back another 15 points, 10 points. But it's effective, though. It's really effective when it does work, because if that trail worked and we kept on slamming lower, it could have went all the way down to this low day. And now you just got an extra 60 points because you didn't TP here or at this previous low for like 10 points. An extra 10 points. And what I've learned from Lanto, especially in Asia trails really well. New York AM, when we're delivering, also does well. We're just not delivering right now. It consistently didn't burst old lows. Doesn't mean bullish. It just means just nonsensical back and forth right now. For all I know, this could be just low resist liquidity being built up on NQ, and maybe we'll just dance around to the highs more, and then the moment it does slam down, it's just gonna displace an impulse through it. That could be what price action wants to deliver. Anyways, pretty good. First trade in. Got the money. And we'll still keep on hunting. Now we're just kind of starting to flip, respecting the upside. That doesn't mean I'm going to long yet. What I tend to like is watching the 15-minute. So far, the 15-minute close under. We retrace inside the previous inversion. And we're still respecting. So this is on the 15-minute, still bearish. Until we get a closure above, maybe I'll start looking upside. The 5-minute is very confusing, though. I know some of you guys are also talking the 5-minute. Someone said, like, if we inverse this 5-minute here, go for upside. Imagine you did that. You would have got cooked right there. And then while you're long, the whole stream is short. So that'd be kind of stupid. You just don't want to rely on the 5-minute, especially on a day like this. Some days it works well, but if you look at the whole day today, the 5-minute has been not giving the right information. It just hasn't. Like, it also inverts this 5-minute here. Guess what happened? It did. It wicked up and came back down. Wicked up, came back down. Just chopping around. Anyways, yeah, this is just some liquidity being engineered right now. If I were to be a big bear right now, I would look at the hourly and I would kind of want it to come back up, a drive in, and then we'll focus on lower. If that's the main objective, lower, that's what I want to see happen. But yeah, New York Open really slammed down these lows. Interesting day. We just want to protect yourself. If you're green today, you're already gonna be good. Take Brian's advice. He's the best chop trader here. That's what Lanto said to me all the time. And I'm taking it as a compliment. He's like, when days where I do really bad, Brian just does really good. Because like I do thrive on like range bound type of price action because it allows you to play both sides. You can see you remove your bias as long as the setup's there. You take it regardless if like the high type are saying like upside. You can still play the short because the framework's there. The 15-minute is saying lower, or you have a draw lower. Was there a key moment when you realized you have an edge in trading? I don't know. Edge in trading. I guess just your performance stats. What helped me is taking less trades. For sure, less trades. There's a time, maybe if you guys were in the Discord like a year or two ago, where I'll take like 10 trades a day. And if I hit 6 of them out of 10, I'll be green. If I hit 5, it could be like slightly green. And it was horrendous because, you know, some trades are just would hit for a bigger loss. Because I'll take full losses on trades, but some green trades, you know, I could be like first TP, then break even. So it's not like that desirable. It'd be like full loss would be like, let's say minus 500. And then a full win would be $1,000. But let's say we get a half win, which is like you get like a small TP and then you put break even, it'll be like $200 or $300, something like that. So what I've been doing is just like, let's just look for quality. Let's remove all the quantity. Let's just focus on 1, 2, maybe 3 trades a day. Just depending on how much time you put in. If you are having like 6 hours screen time, you're gonna have more trades. But it doesn't make sense if you, like say trade 3 hours and you take like 10, 15 trades. You're gonna kill yourself in your stats. Because there should be not that many setups, like A+ setups, or even B+ setups in that small duration. And your stats will show that. If you take 10 trades, look at your stats over the course of 3 months, it's not going to be that pretty. It's going to be like 60%. But if you take 2 trades, let's say average, I would think the stats would be much better. Lanto was wondering how you manage this type of PA. Is because I see the price delivery. So what we talk about, price delivery has just not been saying upside or downside. It's just been saying range bound. We're going both sides. We're not seeking shorting, because if we were, we would have already taken one of these lows already. It just hasn't done that. And the moment I see like this 5-minute BPR, I just wait for confirmation. We play it, and then we'll get some points out of it. Lanto thrives in conditions where you trend usually, and for me, I don't thrive as much because I'm more hesitant. Like I don't like buying the high, but he's comfortable with that. It's like he's like, as long as straw's there, he's gonna do it anyways. I would always wait for a retracement, and lots of time with trends, it doesn't retrace, or if it does, it'll be like the slightest retrace. I'm like, okay, you can have that, and it works out. It works out beautifully. Like it just trends up slowly, grinds up, and then have a big unpulse, and you'll have like a 50-point trade without any effort. Are you and Desi gonna get a trading office and invite guests over like Patrick? I don't think I'm gonna get a trading office. I can stream anywhere, and we don't have to be in person. Like Desi lives in California. I'm in Florida. Lanto's in New Jersey. We could still be streaming together, just different states over the internet. And ideally, what I discussed about here, I want to create like a streaming like ecosystem where you bring traders that you guys like, and traders that live stream live trades. So like Johnny, we brought on yesterday. If you guys were here, I'm trying to talk to him about like him being on more frequently. So like it could be like once a week, twice, or once every 2 weeks. I talked about Ash too. He's interested. CJ, I talked about before. Just like basically bringing every yes every now and then. I don't want to make it where like there's a new guest every day. I still want to trade with you guys on my own, but maybe like 1/3 of the streams would have someone trading with me, and I'll kind of talk about their trading. You guys can learn from them, and then hopefully they also trade on their own. Usually the first day they're not that comfortable. They're just like saying hi and just watching the chat. But after a few days or after a few appearances, usually they pick up, and then they can showcase their skills, because that's what they're here for. Did you try to grade your setups, for example, 5 out of 5 here? I had that checklist, but every time I made it 2 times, it just disappears. I'm gonna have to do that off stream. But yeah, who else do you want to see on? We have. I'm just type it out. I think CJ definitely was interested. CJ on YouTube. Ash Trades isn't also interested. Johnny is interested. We already have Desi and Lanto. They usually come on once a week. Like Lanto always comes on Friday. Oh, Lumi Trades. I'm gonna to-do list, I guess. To ask list. Lumi is a common pick. Danny, you guys are trolling with that. Oh, I forgot. Someone else who's interested is Nick. I don't know if you guys know Nick. Nick does futures. He's also he actually was the one who came to me to if I want to stream, do a stream. Chat, I'm gonna be honest though, like if you guys are listening, you guys know what I'm thinking about, or if I'm in a position, or if I'm like looking for upside downside. So far we are not doing anything. We're sitting in hands, and the whole time on the move up, I'm pretty sure that for 10 minutes I've been just saying like this is short, this is short, never mentioned long. And some people still ask me like, is this a long? It's like, if I even have this in my chart, it was like a risk reward tool showing like downside. And then I'm also saying like I'm not entering, I'm not in yet. I'm not in yet. I'm waiting for this 30-second flip or 1 minute confirmation, waiting for confirmation. And then real time, when it gave us confirmation on the 30-second, I said, okay, that's the confirmation. Now we're in. And then still people are asking like, are we in? Are we short? Are we long? That just means like you guys are not, some of you guys, I mean, just, most of you guys are already understanding, but some of you guys are not really listening with an open ear. We're just trolling. I mean, I get the troll, it's fine. But I'm talking about the people that's like mad that I didn't signal when we kind of signaled the whole thing, or are confused. Just know when, let's say I do take this trade setup. If we take the full stop on it, we always own up to the losses. But if we take the win, we're gonna also own the wins. All right. Oh, JCap would be awesome if he. I don't know if JCap ever streams though. Does he stream? Kyle. Which Johnny? Johnny came on yesterday. Is Johnny the CEO? I think is his tag. Is his handle. Who's B Frank? I'm also open to bringing in some small streamers on. If they have the skill set, I mean, we're gonna bring them on. I'm gonna take look up B Frank though. I don't know which one he is. Which one is it? B Frank Trading? Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't find him. Oh, he's in Desi's Discord. Okay, then I can meet him through Desi then. Go with TGR. These guys are probably too big for that. I mean, I could also ask. Some of you guys said Dodgy Ryan. Maybe he's interested, but he's probably not the. He already has his own thing. Hydra would be awesome, but I don't really talk to Hydra too much. I'll put it on though. There, that makes them more clean. List of live traders to bring on frequently. Frequent could be like once a week, every 2 weeks, once a month even. That's fine. You usually each of these traders already have their own thing going on. But for me, I trade PM. Most people don't trade PM, so they have the opportunity to just hop on. PB trading. Get only profitable traders. That's the thing. If they're live traders, that proves something. But if you don't think they're profitable, we bring them on to showcase their skills. And then if you believe one of these traders are bad, they'll probably call out a bad signal. But you know, we have like at least like a standard. We're not gonna bring on some random who doesn't know how to trade or doesn't have a history. Tanya, I could ask. Yeah, Tanya's good. Who's Heaven Sent? I have no idea who that is. Yeah, so we're just chopping back and forth right now. I mean, what I see right now is this 15-minute gap being filled. Well, I see this 15-minute gap being filled. ES or NQ still hasn't. tapped it yet, but we're still respecting on the 15-minute. So the bullish narrative is not there yet. We do have this hourly mitigated. If it is there, this is going to be the target. And it's a big target at that because you can have like a deep drive in. So far, nothing yet. We're just in a tight chop, which I don't even see a good risk reward entry model yet. Damn, Ned's talking about Hydra in his search history. As long as he's a good trader, I don't want anyone here. If like he does come on, no one should be talking shit like that. Unless it's about his trading, that's fair game. But anything else external, we gotta keep it real. The thing with having dual live, it is a little bit difficult because let's say my style contradicts the other person's style. They could be uncomfortable with it because it's my channel. They don't want to call out like a fade. That's the thing that happens to Desi as well and Lanto. Sometimes I'm like I like shorts, and then they're like trying to alert short or long or something. So we're basically one trade in right now. I'm gonna put this here. Just remember that we're in this trade. This was the trade here. I'm just gonna put it here because that's probably the grease top area, first TP area. It was actually lower. It's here, yeah. Go on PW. Would you guys want me on there? I don't even have my face out there that much. I feel like they're not really focused on trading. They're just more about entertainment. And I also try to keep the stream entertaining, but the focus has always been trading. When we're looking for a trade, we're locked in. Patrick PW is just like the best entertainer there is, man. He's like a showman. And he creates beef everywhere. But for someone to learn from him for trading, I don't know if that's the best. I mean, I haven't watched his streams to trade, so I wouldn't know, but maybe you guys would know better than me. Someone said earlier it's short. Shouldn't you have waited for it to enter the fair value gap first? If you're looking at the 15-minute, NQ didn't hit it. ES did here, but I was looking at 15-minute. I was looking at 5. The 5-minute was still in play here. We still have some lower liquidity just being engineered here. Yeah, just SMT back and forth. But once again, this is another SMT here. He takes trade during the stream. He's just very careful not to cross the line between calling out levels and giving signals. What does that mean? Does he just call out levels, or does he give signals, or do both? Or you mean like he just gives levels, but those levels are trade signals too, if it does like validate or something. Oh, the one thing is, I might pop on Top Step. I mean, maybe if they don't ban me, because it looks like some people are getting ban hammers, but I talked about them. I was like, they sent me like so many messages. This is the first one I responded to. Let me just showcase it. It's like this Nick Dolby. He said, "No, top 100 funded traders. We would love to have you on board to discuss your journey," which I do all the time. I'm comfortable with that. They also want a chance to trade too on air. And then I was like, give me the affiliate. And like, they're not accepting affiliates, which is fine. I'm like, okay, I'll just be open to it. Maybe next month you guys will see me. And then he said it takes 2 to 4 weeks to get it booked. So I said, okay, let's book something. So I'll be on Top Step TV with the boomers. And I'll represent ICT for them. I'll bring the boomers over too. So if this does flip, I'm pretty much interested on this hourly delivery here, unmitigated hourly fair value gap. They have no idea what they're about to witness. They trade order flows, trend lines, and volume. It does work, but I don't know if the Top Step traders are doing it well there. I mean, I know Dakota does well and Rips does well, but everyone else I just heard or seen just trade poorly on air. Took some stick on Top Step TV for fronting ICT. I'm not gonna be against that idea. Like, if I'm trading somewhat of ICT concepts and I refine on my own, I'm gonna thank the person who introduced it to me. But it doesn't, diminish the hard work that we put in to really share what the skills that we developed too. People are gonna hate by everything. There's like always hate on ICT everywhere, and I'm like, I know so many traders who trade a lot of the ICT concepts. It doesn't have to be the fully, but they can take bits and pieces of it and use it to improve their strategy, and it does well. And people also hate on like EMA traders. People hate on RSI or MACD, even though it's like lagging in a sense. But people make money out of it, and like, you can hate about that. If you make money, that's all that matters. We're not trying to trade and impress others. Wait, Rips is gone? He doesn't trade with them anymore? Is he still affiliate with them? Dude, Topstep's just been getting some slack lately, but ideally, maybe I'll show up fun, and then they'll put me as an affiliate too, because I would love to be affiliate with Topstep. As long as they're still doing good. I don't know if how their trajectory is. Lanto's in the building. He wants to trade. He's red and he wants for me to bail him out. Let me cook something. Top Step would only do affiliate if you're 100% exclusive and only promote Top Step. Oh, I can't do that. I just trade way too many firms to be tied down to only one. I mean, I think we're about to get some upside here. We're going to target this hourly, so the first target will be like 109, and then we're just going to let it drive in, most likely to the midpoint of it. So let's wait for this 15-minute flip. Let's say it does flip here. As long as this high is not like one of these highs are not tapped in. I just want a quick retrace back in, and that'll be the slam higher. It'll be kind of longing the premium, but it makes sense because we have the flip of structure and we have a target upside. Rips got caught banging credit cards he stole. What does that mean? He stole them through the internet or something? I feel like some of these traders, like even like Casper, for instance, some of these traders are like, they have such a weird backstory, or not even weird, it's like interesting and diverse backstory. And then you have me, like Lanto and other traders. We dropped out of school and we started trading full time. That's it. You got Casper selling drugs, getting caught in a ring and all that stuff. And I heard about Rips too. Like he had some businesses, that websites, something. I don't know. I heard bits of it. What is Patrick Wheeling backstory? Does he have anything interesting? Yes, this SMT still here. What's the trick to buy lows of Apex? I have a quick video on that if you're interested. Just go on the Discord. Prop sale is pinned, and it should be right here. You should watch the video. You can buy the evals probably like 4 times faster than the traditional way, which is good because like if you want like let's say 10 or 20 evals, it'll take you like 30 seconds, 40 seconds to do it manually, but doing this way it'll take like 2-3 seconds per. Patrick Wheeling just got arrested for jumping on someone's car. Is that true? Why does it sound so fake? I feel like that is something PW would do. So I'm waiting for this closure. We have this 2 p.m. here. So new 4-hour open here. I'm gonna look at 4-hour. Yeah, pretty much good closure. We just want to see this driving for higher, I think. And then if it does want to go lower, it can do that. But this is the draw I'm looking at as long as we flip the 15. So far, nothing yet. So we want to sit tight. I'm going to take a piss. I'll be right back. Okay, back. Is Lanto premium mentorship worth it? Is Lanto still here? But yeah, it's worth it. Guy trades every day on live. I think he's sick today though. That's probably why he's red. Or he took his first loss after like 10 winners in a row. Or 10 days in a row. Just anything that throws you off your game might hurt your trading. Because I was also sick trading and my performance was not that good. Is your premium worth it? I'm not too focused too much on premium until we merge, and then so that's why I stopped the sign up right now. And you know, there's gonna be the next step. Right now, I'm just to focus on YouTube streams. Maybe if I do focus on Discord and alerting more, I'll take a step back with streaming. Maybe do a few days a week. How's a Robinhood account looking? Let me see. Let me see. Am I gonna cook or am I gonna be cooked? We cooking. We cooking. I hit I think I was down yesterday a little bit, just holding some contracts. Let me see. Do I have my position somewhere? Yeah, I have some MSTX cash secure puts, some Riot. That's like I have some contracts left. I think it's like 57% up right now. We're good. And then I also have this is basically semiconductors, like Nvidia basically. This is about expire worthless in tomorrow, so we'll take the full profit there. But this is what the account looking like. You go for the month, you know, slow grind up. There's gonna be some pivots, but these are long expiration. Like so, this like next week. You know, we'll see. One of the stocks I have is MSTR, basically. I think it went like 10% yesterday. Let me check. Yeah, it dumped pretty hard. It dumped all the way down here. I started buying, or not buying stocks, but selling some cash secure puts. And we get some reaction up, we'll be up pretty nicely. Which what is doing right now. I want to see it try to climb back up even more. We opened up pretty hard too. Like, look at this. I basically sold puts like at 318. We opened up 328, and I could have TP'd like very big profits there. Anyways, I think we're about to push upside any moment now. I want to see this closure first. Let's do the 5 minute. Yeah, the 5 minutes looks pretty bullish too. Where did you start with the Robinhood? It was 250K. I kind of started like a few months ago, but like what I mean by that, there's a lot of time that I don't even touch it because I forget about it. I'm so busy on futures. But I started really holding in December. So like December, January, those are the 2 months. January, I did really good, like 6-7%. And I'm just aiming for like 5% per month. It seems ambitious, but how much would that compound? Let me check. Let me just ask ChatGPT here. If I have 300K and I plan to make 5% a month, what percentage and amount would I end with compound? All right, let's just see it talk first. Yeah, so 50-minute closure is about to happen. Oh, it should be 15. This looks pretty good already. I want to start looking for longs. Ideally, want to see this high intact, so that could be my break even. Let's just see where the long would be. ES made a breaker move here. We tapped back in. We held this very nicely. I'm just not looking at longs at that time yet, but now I am. So if we get another good retrace, I'll be in for that. If I don't get an entry, I miss it, which I might miss because that's how it is. Let me also save this. I'm gonna try to commentate as best I can, and if we get an entry, we can get it. But if you guys like long too, look for your own entry. All right, let's see here. Oh, at the end of the year, it'd be 538. I mean, that's still pretty good. That'd be like almost 50%. 79%. Is that 79%? Oh, yeah, it's somewhat, yeah. 79% gains. That's good. Oh, we're pumping. Where do we guys want long, chat? I'm not the best at this when we're pumping without any retracement. I like longs right now. I just don't like chasing. And there's not much to play. I mean, you could probably play this 1 minute flip here. Which I guess it didn't flip yet until this close. Yes, I'm still protect here. Where do I want longs, guys? If you're doing 5% a month, around 60%, it's compounding though. So like, it's not just like 5 times 12. It slowly increases because let's say halfway through, you have not 300k capital. It might be 400. Now you're taking 4%, 5% of 5, 400k instead of 300. X Factor said I've been long where you went short. You took some drawdown. If you long wire short, I long or short here. You're like 30 points, but now you're up down. But I would have probably waited for a flip first. In hindsight, typically a good long signature is when we get an inducement and close higher, and then the first confirmation, like here, closure, you take this as your break-even point, and then let it ride. Damn. We're about to drive inside this hourly, and I don't have a long entry to take me there. Chat, where are you guys wanting longs right now? I'm trying to find this, but I don't know where. I might just miss this at this rate. CZ said, you spent 150k in profit. That's my expense. I actually did the math on it. I actually did it a few days ago. The breakdown is like about 140,000 total. 140, maybe like high 130. So it's probably 138 total in prop expenses, and I got like 800k in payouts, which it seems like a really high number, but you're trading like 5-6 different firms. You're also self-sabotaging in a way too, because Apex, I had moments where I had like hundreds of thousands of profits on it, but then like a bad day, I give them all back, I have to reset, just get more accounts again. Ideally, like if I don't have those tilt days, the expense will be cut mostly like in half of the profit. The payouts be like another 30% boost. That's just like the prop game too. When you're trying to scale up way too fast, people would hate it though. People would be like, you spent $140,000 in expenses. That's crazy. You are bad traders. Like, but they like, if you got 800,000 payouts, isn't that also something to put in the scenario and context? Not all time. I think I'm above $1 million in payouts right now, but like that's like not, that's without deducting expenses. Like even now, like this year so far, we're about to hit 200K in payouts already. It's steady, like almost 100K per month. You know, you saw me post fast track, not fast track, futures funded family, 33K payout right there. That really boosts me up, and like we're trying to break 100K, and then if Apex pays out, it'll be to 150, and then you know we'll try to repeat that every month. I don't know why anyone say that's bad, dude. Everyone on Twitter, man, like I posted that, I became transparent, and then like we have like 30 people saying, "You spent that much? You're a bad trader." Also, if fast track trading paid me off somewhat, like that's also a thing. Like I got scammed by fast track trading. I had like literally like 80,000 profits on that account. I was net positive on them though, but shit, I spent like probably like 8K on it. I got 40,000 in payouts, and then I have another 8,000 sitting on the other accounts. If they paid me out, I would have been like 10x right there. But instead, it's like more like 4 or 5x. So I can't even control that. Also, another thing to keep in mind, I have a lot of reserves spent from last year. I don't want to, hopefully Top won't hear this, but like I have like 20 accounts reserved from last year. So like that also adds to that, because you know, 20 accounts on itself, that's already like 150 times 4. That's like 3K right there. And that's only if you pass the first step. I probably didn't pass the first step. Probably took me a reset or two. So that'd be like another 8K, 9K that I can't even control. I'm just preserving for the future. So, you know, this year I'll be set with Top Step, and my expenses should be very, very low versus my payout. Like so far on Top Step this year, right? January and February, I didn't do much February yet. January took like 70,000 payouts, and expenses are probably like under 3K, 2K. Just because I set myself up for that already. And I can't even control failing the count because I didn't fail the count. I got moved twice with XFAs this year. So 5 counts. I did good both times, and then they, you know, that's like 10 accounts, $1,500, $1,500, another 150 on activation. That's 3K that I can't even control. You're just putting me alive. So like the expenses is gonna be up there regardless of what you do. Those payouts, by the way, some people are talking about affiliates. Those are prop payouts that excludes from the affiliates. I just become a somewhat of a degenerate trading Apex sometimes. Like they like have 9% sale, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy freaking 100 accounts, and I'll try to trade them with news or pass them. He's like, they're so cheap, I'm just gonna reckless trade them, and you realize you just burned through 200 accounts trying to buy 2 times. We are to tag this. Is it possible sue prop firms they don't give you a payout? I don't think so, honestly, because they have so much terms and conditions that you sign for. The only thing you do is charge back for your expenses, which I've seen people have success over. But then you get banned for the prop firm. I guess if you're already trying to sue them, you don't want to trade with them anymore. We're really pushing here. Have you had losing days where you blew up multiple accounts because of one bad trade? So when I have tilt, usually it hurts all my accounts, and that'll be like it could be like 10, 15K setback of expenses, as well as you know, potential profits that you just gave back because self-sabotage. It just happens so often, and I don't have the experience for that yet. I know other people do, But now I do know. Now I'm better with that. Like I don't blow as much. I keep those accounts for longer. I do base hits. So you just learn and progress. And hopefully this year I would have, you know, more payouts but less expense. It's just part of the process. Even if you, let's say you spent like 30K last year, and then like there's like one point where you made 30K back, you're break even. But now you know what to do because you were in the hole before. Now you're break even. Now you can progress. And then like let's say at the end of the year, you spent another like 10K, but you made another 30K. It'd be like 40K expense, 60K profits. They don't know what you did. You basically went red, and then there's a breaking point, and now you're accelerating. And maybe next year, just keep on going like that. So people would judge like, oh, you spent 40K, you made 20K profit, 6K in profit. Yeah, that's terrible, but they just don't know. You don't. Everyone is different. Everyone had their bad takes too. Not break even, prop payouts or tax. Well, let's say you made 50K in payouts, 50K in expenses. It's deductible. Or I deduct them, and everyone I know deducts them. But if you don't deduct them, you gotta look for an account that works with you on that. That's also true too. Like the majority of traders, they'll be deep red. They'll spend like 10, 5 figures, low 5 figures, even mid 5 figures, 25K in expenses, and haven't got a single payout yet. And that's just tuition because maybe they were tilting, or they try to copy an influencer, or try to run a bag, but they failed. They could be deep in the hole, but there's gonna be a moment where it start clicking, and now you're making profit. You're making profit, and then you got out that break even. And don't let people judge you. Just as long as you're making money, you're good. Even if someone has spent like, you know, 80K and they made 90K payouts, you made 10K at least. Like next year, hopefully you have a better efficiency now that you got out the hole. And prop firms are going to stick around for years to come. Tops have been around for like 15 years now, and every year there's going to be some people screaming, you know, prop firm is going to shut down. They said that 3 years ago when I was starting trading. And then they said that when I was making 500K in payouts, 800K payouts. They said it's gonna shut down. Have fun, and I'm still making 6 figures on them. So you gotta focus on yourself. You don't want to listen too much to the bad energy. Can you deduct them with the LLC? And see, that's like, now we're stepping into like tax advice. I'm gonna say I did, and I know other people who did. But I'm not saying that you should. You should probably seek some advice from a professional. How do you record how many combines you spent? So prop firms, you go to the prop firms, and then for Apex or Top Step, there's gonna be a billing tab. You just click the billing tab, and then it'll show, just go for the year 2024, and just copy and paste that, put that in a spreadsheet, and then you can do a sum of all that. That's what I did. And I basically copy pasted all of my Apex. Apex is such a big number, man. 300K, 330K payouts on Apex. And I spent probably like, it was like 60, 70K. I hate that it's so high, but dude, Apex is just not my best asset. Because it's so predatory in their rules. And, you know, I got denied payouts a few times on the way too. Like that would have boosted me up too. And then eventually I blow the account. I don't get that with Top Step. That's why Top Step, I spent like, I think 30, 20K, and I got 160K, 170K payout for 2024. So that's where we're cooking. Top Step has been probably my best risk reward. $70K at 90% off. That's not 90% off. It's like I bought them at 70, 80% off, and all these other things. It's just because like I know that I'm gonna make more money out of it. Do you have proof of the payouts? Shit. People would believe that I spent high expenses, but they don't believe the prop payouts. They'll be like, they'll hate on me for the high expenses. Be like, wait, these payouts is it even real? I mean, every payout's pretty much posted. Not this month though, because I've been just posting prop news. But you can go through 2024. Every payout's been posted. If you're trolling, sometimes some people are dead ass, so it's hard to get contributed here. 5-minute fair value, yeah. I want to play upside so bad, but I'm thinking about risk reward too. If we do dip down the 5-minute and get like a low time for confirmation, this could be the play here for higher prices. We look at the hourly, ESN tagging it, NQ did. I still want a higher drive in. 4-hour did get tagged in. It's just, I don't know now. Let's see. Best case, we just slam down and we get no confirmation and, you know, we dodge a bullet. But so far, price action is not the cleanest here. And then I look at my, you know, my best performing one is TickTick Trader and Tradeify. Basically, the expenses I saw on TickTick Trader when I did my taxes, it's like 2,000, and I got 40K payout. Like that's like 20x, and I still have the live account, which has another 20K, 30x basically in profits. And then Tradeify, I think I spent 10K, but then I got I think 3K refunded after being moved to live and stuff, like 7K, and then like the payouts was like 45, 50, somewhere around there in that range. And then I still have the live count with them too, like $20, $25, $22,000 live count. So that's like another 9x, 10x. Those sim to funded or straight to funded, those are very easy to get payouts in. That's what I was really expressing on. Because you don't have to worry about the evals. Basically, you jump in with like 6,000, 7,000 drawdown. That costs like $300-400. Now it costs more now. They cost like $500-600 now. But before, when I was trading them during the new launch, it was like $400. And you get like basically 12x in that in drawdown, and you just gotta make 1-1 to get a payout. That was so easy, man. And I wish I was able to keep on trading Tradeify, but I'm still waiting for the live. It's been like 3 months. If I had the option to trade sim still, it'd probably been like another like 100K, 200K on Tradeify in the last 3 months. It was just way too easy. All right, chat. I don't know. Price action is just a little bit like poor delivery right now. Other than this move upside, I'm just looking for entries. I'm thinking about this 5-minute right now. I'm just watching the one to see how the reaction is. We're gonna get a deeper drive in here. Big wick here. Tradeify has an announcement of a live count. Is that what they said? I was briefed on their live. I don't know if it's the same announcement, but I was briefed on some of them, which I think they're pretty decent. It's a new reinvention. No firm is doing like this, so maybe you guys like it. Maybe some of you don't. My opinion is on it is like it's better than some other firms with live account. You're banned to trade them until live account is active. It's not banned if we're trading them. I just can't. You know, all my sims are refunded to me. So I had like 7 accounts. They all got refunded to me. And then I'm just waiting for the live. And you can't have live and sim fund at the same time. So if I do, like, let's say blow the live, I'll just go back to sim. I'm not banned from it. I'm just still waiting. That's how every firm works for now. I'm still interested in this long. We just got a nice deep drive in. Let's see if we can get a flip here on the lower time frame, and then I'll try to jump in. It's just a little bit more difficult because I don't know too much about the risk reward here. I'd say it'll be something like this. This would be the first CP, of course, and then you try to go for the deeper drive in the hourly. The stop, maybe it's not the best risk reward, honestly. It's like 1.25 right now. That's what I'm considering. The idea would be to wait for a confirmation on the lower time frame here. Is a 5-minute play. We're also in this 15-minute, so better yet, we just wait for this 15-minute to play out. Sell at 5 here. 15-minute play out. As long as we don't get a closure under in the next 15-minute close, I'm gonna be looking for this long here. So let's just sit on the lower time frame and just look for some confirmation here. Why is the market condition in this week like this? It's because we had some pretty strong delivery on the daily. We broke out a like 2-month long consolidation here, close above, and basically we just retrace back to the daily. If we can hold this all-time high is going to get tagged. You're just not going to always get the best delivery and continuation. You're going to always have some seek and story type of days. You're going to have some chop days. This is a seek and story that's more about chop right now. So we're inside this 15-minute fair value gap right now on NQ and ES. If we get a 1-minute confirmation, it could be off inversion or a good chain state delivery closure. I'm gonna enter, and then my stop is gonna be at the invalidation point, which for me most likely would be somewhere under a closure on this 15-minute or a hard stop under one of these swing lows here. Would you ever consider trading Forex? I feel like that's just be a downgrade. Like, why would you want to trade Forex when there's futures, when there's like very good liquid? There's no slippage compared to Forex. I mean, there's always slippage when there's high volatility, but Forex would have infinitely more slippage. And then also the Forex platforms are shady as hell. FTMOs are good. There's like a few good ones, but most of them are shady. For futures, there's a few shady ones, but you can dodge a bullet based off of being careful. So this is a pretty clear-cut case of, you know, we have a 15-minute fair value gap. We already took this higher hourly fair value gap basically here. We drive into a bullish 15-minute, and you want to try to look for longs here, but, you know, this is cashing a knife here. Was there ever a confirmation here? The only thing that you could probably reference is this fair value gap here. If we flip this out of went long and then we'll leave our hard stop, we'll put our TP. But this is what I mean when you're trying to do time frame alignment. You have an entry model, entry function. You're just looking for confirmation. and you don't get the confirmation, so it prevents you from catching a knife. And that's exactly what we did prior. So let's say it does come back up. We could be entered here, and that will prevent you from either getting stopped out or taking a lot of heat. It makes you nervous, but now you got confirmation. So now this could be like, let's say your stop here. This is your TP. You're kind of buying the way up instead of buying the way down. That's what I want to get you guys used to and what I've been pushing towards. Why didn't you take the 1 minute unicorn? Was it like a bearish unicorn? Oh, you must be talking about this one, maybe. I don't have no idea. I don't know where the unicorn would be. If you're asking why I didn't take short, it's because I was anticipating longs if we had confirmation. We just didn't get confirmation. It depends on the setup, though. The 15-minute confirmation or 15-minute entry function here, which is the fair value gap, you opt for the 1 minute. If it's a 5 minute, you could opt for the 1 or 30-second. 30 seconds fine sometimes too. It also depends on the candle. Like if you're seeing stuff on the 1 minute already, let's say you got plenty of fair value gap, you have something to invert, then you won't need to drop down to a 30 or 15-second. But if it's like kind of stuck like this, yeah, just drop down to a 30 and see what happens. And we have this gap here. We have no closure. And it's kind of respecting this price action here where we made it low, we made it high, made it low again, we made it high, we closed down, and just tap back inside like a very low time frame breaker to slam down, basically respecting all the bearish beat array and none of the bullish ones. So just means you're not longing this, and that prevents you from taking bad trades. But yeah, if you short this, I mean, so far so good. There's no confirmation on the upside, so you have free range on the downside. Also, the long setup or framework is kind of hit hard. We already took this this buy side here. So what I talked about earlier is if we came back up here, we invert this 15-minute and left these highs, that makes it more high probable for push higher. We already took them, so you're kind of trying to buy and it's just for a run higher. It doesn't have to do that. What it looks like it's gonna do is take this high and try to head for these lows. So shorts are looking much more appealing now, and we'll get some confirmation here, most likely on the 15-minute with a strong closure. And then we'll see what happens. You don't chase for every reversal if you wait for confirmation. Yeah, that's also something to keep in mind. You just want to filter out all your trades. If you take every trade you see that you think could work, you might get some wins, but you're also gonna get some losses. Rather than that, you just do what your best you can for it to line up perfectly. This was the one that I talked about that line up perfectly. We took the trade, we got green stop out, that's fine. Next trade, we're trying to hunt for the same thing. This is honestly the perfect example of catching a knife, which we avoided based off our time alignment theory. But yeah, if you didn't feel like this is long, then you would have probably looked for this 30-second breaker or whatnot for a short model entry. No shorts now. I wouldn't chase this, but if we get a closure, the moment we do get a retrace back up, this is probably the idea. We have some low risk liquidity here too. This just makes it even better to really slam down. Short has been pretty much the game today too. It's even closer in 3 minutes here. Yeah, I'm looking at Twitter right now. This is going pretty viral right now on Twitter. It's getting a lot of attention. This was posted like, how long ago? Like a few hours ago? I posted this morning, like 5 hours ago, and like everyone's concerned because this is the first time where, you know, payouts been denied, and then they're talking about like prohibited conduct. It's like more of like a retroactive type of change here. How many accounts have you blown up in your trading his career? We're gonna, if that's a question, we're gonna not talk about evals because I treat evals like a probability. For funded, I don't know. It could be upwards in the 600-700s now, all time. Out of 7-8 firms, it's not me blowing up. You know, I could get moved to live. I got moved live probably like 7-8 times now, and like all these accounts, that's like accumulated to like 60-70 of them. But then you talk about Apex. Apex is like a very high number just because it's a numbers game for Apex. I don't treat it like a like other firms, to be honest. 2 more minutes for this closure. I do want to see this closure, but this is holding. This is holding pretty well. And if we look at the 1 minute, I might actually play for the longs here. Because this didn't close, and we're gonna hold this wick lower, bounce on this order block, close higher. This has room to really push up, and I think it's a pretty risky long chase right now. If we caught this inversion here off this closure up, that'd be pretty ideal, to be honest. Let's see. Let's see a 30-second here. Something like this, perhaps. Longs are not looking too bad. So you notice how we open, we wick down, and we're about to close at the end. This is respecting, especially on ES. ES just showing much better, but that's just a pretty bullish signature there. And now you're just looking for longs. The BPR, if we can just also get above this BPR here, that'd be pretty tremendous here for upside. It's pushing here. Let's see how this plays out. That's also being a very adaptable, because I was looking at shorts for the most part on this move down, and then the moment I see confirmation that we're not short biased really yet, because we're looking for closure, this is the best signature that you want for bulls right now. And if you didn't get this entry, this is the entry that you're trying to really go for here. A little bit riskier, but it's on bias, so it makes sense. So that's why I'm willing to take it. I didn't get down this low. I actually got higher. I have one in. Just trying to let this play out on Apex. I want it a little bit lower, but I tagged in with a limit down here if it does want to tag. I didn't get filled there. So yeah, you guys saw me talking about like, oh, I want to retrace back in, but this bearish framework is invalidated already. And if we get closure on this BPR, this is gonna moonshot higher. I try to give this type of entry model. We didn't. I don't think we wicked down enough off this closure. I think we got down to here, off by a few points. But yeah, this is something what we talked about. Is up to you. Where if you are also bullish like me, you have to try to tag in. Oh, we are pumping. This is already 20 points up. Well, that was clean cut. Here's ES buy side. Let's see how far we can go here. Dude, I don't know what it is, but I feel like my confirmation lately has been helping me avoid so many bad trades and just taking the good ones. Chat, press 1 if you were able to look for longs on the move up. Press 2 if you didn't. I think a lot of people might not get this because it kind of moved without any clear retracement, but I think based off of like this closure here, this is where I started hunting longs. Two important things to note is we avoided longs on the way down, then we avoided shorts on the way up, and then we've really flipped our buys. Oh, we are pumping. There's one contract here about to give me a big play. What the heck just happened? I can never anticipate something like this. Like, I anticipate higher, but I never anticipate like just such a bullish move where we have zero retracement. Every candle here, closure, just connects for another high up, high up, high up. That is absurd. What was your entry for those who got long, by the way? Type your entry down. 080, that's my entry too. Robot trend is disgusting. That's why you really want to be adaptable. You might hate, some people might say like, oh, you're flipping your buy so many times, but that is good in these type of scenarios because you want to look at downside, but now we flipped upside. When you called is already at 90. Yeah, I mean, I was calling it down here. I was just trying to look for entry. Ideally, I think if I put this risk reward tool, if it did come, this candle here, if it did come down here, like 2-3 points lower, probably like 2/3 you guys would have been long with me, and I would have been a bigger size in. But yeah, that's why I try to be up to you. I try to commentate as best I can, and sometimes you don't. Wow, we are pumping! Holy crap! I'm trailing this so tight right now. The first red candle, I might be out. Yeah, some of you guys have very good entries. 65s? Holy crap, that's a phenomenal entry. Yeah, I think the 30-second inversion would have been the best case here. 30-second inversion, and then really try to take out these highs and push higher. Golly, this is pretty good day. I mean, like, you think like price delivery is kind of dog shit today, but if you avoid the false signals and just wait for the opportunities, this was the opportunity here. Because I know like some of you guys are saying like, you know, you didn't call it real time. It was hard for me to, but the process was there because we were looking at this 15-minute the whole time. What I was explaining is you don't buy on the way down, you buy on the way up. As long as this 15-minute setup is still validated, you don't need to hear from me for you to enter. So that's the concept there. Like, I didn't say the long here. I waited for confirmation and then you long. And I hope that really carries on for your trading style. Like, whatever, if you trade differently, maybe you pick it up. A lot of people have been doing this. Whether it's in the 30 seconds, some people avoid that, but you know, Johnny talked about it yesterday with me about his flow state and how he managed that. It's a very phenomenal way to avoid unnecessary losses, essentially. And I got green stopped out. That was $500 right there. Dude, this is so green right now. Scrooge said you bought before the 15-minute inversion closed. So this is a lesson here. That's not risky, because why would it be risky here? Just like, bear with me here. There's a 15-minute gap. That's a bullish fair value gap, right? We filled the whole thing, went tremendously down, and close up higher. How is that risky when this was the play the whole time? We didn't close under, so this 15-minute didn't invalidate. You guys know what I mean there? So it'll be stupid to, or it's unnecessary, not stupid. It's unnecessary to wait for this to invert, because what are you waiting for to invert here? This is already still holding. This is still a bullish fair value gap. If you wait to invert, you have to wait for this to close under first. So the all clear sign was, I don't know if you guys would play for the 30-second. I might not, because, you know, it's a 15-minute play. I would look for the 1 minute. So this 1 minute inversion here, this is when I started like talking on the stream, like I actually like longs here, because now we close up higher. 15-minute closure, which I think the close happened, you know, here. And this is where you start, you want to really start pushing higher. Dude, we're so booked right now. Holy crap, today 2 for 2 here. If you didn't take this trade, hopefully you took the other trade. We're still green. You have to take every single trade. You probably took trades on your own too. I know some people took the short on the way down when I was looking for longs. We didn't get confirmation. This is killing it. You told that you don't want to risk a lot. I said I am in with one contract. Dude, one contract while trailing? This is when I got trailed out here. Holy crap. Or no, where was it? I think it was here. I got trailed out here. At 80, not 75. It was 80. 29 points. I didn't expect that. Like I never expect just like a big flush up without any looking back downwards, but when it does happen, like that's where the trailing method really blesses you. Dude, we're killing it. We're gonna have to do a P&L check now, man. We're really gonna have to do a P&L check. I'm gonna have to post this on X too, because look at this. If you guys remember, green yesterday. Who was here yesterday? We got green yesterday, as well as this trade. This was not the trade that was green, because we took it for a few points profit, but there's another trade before that we were green. And I was talking about how we were on a 6-day win streak, I think. 6-day win streak. Count today, 2 for 2, 7. If you didn't miss this trade, the first trade in, 7 win streak. I want to see how far we can go. Tomorrow's Friday, right? Tomorrow Friday. We're gonna end this week, hopefully green too. Whole week green, and we'll carry on the win streak continuously. I'm praying for green tomorrow. Dude, we might be on our flow state, John. That's like what Johnny model is, the flow state. I think we're also kicking in our flow state. Where's that boy Lanto at? He said he wanted a signal. And if you're afraid to give back profits that you made this week, size down tomorrow. Just end the week good, and we will come back Monday. We'll start cooking. Let's say if there's like 5 fair value gaps in a leg, and price were to close over the last fair value gap of that leg, is that still a valid inversion, or does it count? If there's way too many gaps, I typically just either look at the first one or go in the higher time frame. So you're talking about the 5 minute, right? Or 1 minute, whatever. Just go in the 15 minute. The 15 minute would compress all of them together, and then you'll get a very clean cut of one fair value gap, most likely. But I think this is pretty obvious here. We have this hourly fair value gap as well as the 4 hour once the 2 p.m. close. If we were bearish, what we want to do is drive in. It doesn't have to be this far though. It could be like midpoint or even a quarter, whatever it is. That's what we want to anticipate. We want to take this buy side, drive inside this I mean, yeah. And if we get confirmation, we play the downside. But god damn. I'm also selling cash secured puts, and hopefully this is gonna cook up too. I have some limits. I want to try to risk off some. Like we have this here up like 20%. This is like kind of weeklies, so like my average is like 487. Is at $4 right now. I'm gonna try to hold most of it under $2, under $1 if I can. All these are cash secured puts, which is basically you're looking for the market to push higher. Can you make a Discord page on long term? That's what I was gonna do. I'm gonna just kind of talk about like cash secured puts and maybe give some trades. I just can't do all things at once because I'm trading Asia sometimes. I haven't done it in the last few days because Asia has been dog shit. But before that, I was trading Asia daily. You know, I do it the PM. I also trade New York AM sometimes. I alert. And I think when I merge with Desi, he's going to try to handle some of the responsibility too. So we can kind of tackle both things at once. We can, you know, focus on our focus on what we want to do. If he wants to focus on London, I can take care of PM. If he wants to focus on AM, I could focus on, you know, Asia. It would divide and conquer type of thing. And hopefully we just learn and grow. And that maybe he'll do like a backtesting session. I'll do a backtesting session. It'll be like be less work ideally though. Yeah, Nerdasa. That's the game plan. Oh yeah, full-time trader. I've seen. I think if you're the same handle on the Discord, you've been cooking it on Asia. I've been watching it. I haven't been trading lately on Asia because I don't really see too much. But this guy's been cooking it. He's already talking in the chat, in the Asia chat and in the PM. But if I'm not trading it, hopefully you guys are engaging it too, and it's just gonna be like a nice community just for you guys to talk and trade together. But you know, I have ambitions too. I want to, you know, grow this YouTube channel. I want to grow it in a way that I like, bringing on other traders on, like kind of interview them and let them showcase their skill while I'm trading too. Like there's like multiple things I want. I also want to make videos. I'm also trying to build smart prop firm up and make it like a very change the prop industry essentially. And that's what I've been kind of focused on the last few weeks too, just working the back end with my developers, trying to implement what we talked about before, which is smart prop protection, which basically means if you buy with our referral and a code SMART, anytime you get unjustly denied a payout, and let's say they terminate your account, we have a fund to reimburse you. We also give the cash rebates. And then we're trying to work on something else, which is like give you a free account if you get a payout. Those are more complex though. But just basically something better for the industry. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the stream, man. We've been cooking the stream this week. January and December has been like a little bit shaky. I think December was red for me. January has been like still green, but February we got a good foot on it now. There's a lot of holidays February, but I got sick on February too, I think. So I was kind of off the first half of February. Now I'm back on, and we're thriving. No, not much coughing lately. It's just like me clearing my throat because my throat is dry from talking a lot this past few streams. So I've been chugging water. I like go through like half a gallon during the stream, and my throat is still dry right now. Any way you can invite Tanya or Lumi? I think Lumi might be interested. I think we talked about something like that before. Tanya, she might be too high profile for me, even though I know her. We met before. She pops on the stream in the chat many times though. I don't know if she's really interested in, you know, streaming with me. But these are the lists here. CJ, I don't know if you guys know CJ, but CJ was doing very well on YouTube. before he took a hiatus and just started his own group, but now he's back on YouTube. So you guys can see him on AM. Ash trades always killing it. He trades similar to me, the unicorn. We have different ways of looking at the unicorn, but same principle. And he has a very checklist too. Johnny the CEO, he trades unicorn a lot, but now he's kind of diverse himself, like how I am. You don't have to take unicorn. You can take inversion. You can take chase delivery. You can take BPRs. You just have like a jack of all trades. As long as your draw liquidity is there, as long as your bias is aligned, you take any entry models possible and then you just play it. Just like how we did here. We took a breaker trade and we also took a just basically a, I don't know how to describe this. It's a 15-minute fair value gap just for a low time frame confirmation. Desi and Lanto, we always have them like once a week. Desi will be handling London, so we already have that booked. Nick does futures. He trades unicorn too. He's interested in showing up next week, I think. I don't know if it's like Tuesday, Wednesday, but one of those days. I'll hit up these few people. Maybe they'll be interested. We'll see. Oh, Brett Simba. When do you guys want Brett Simba to come on? When he does come on, we're going to have an exclusive discount. It's going to be like 5%, maybe more than the current discount. Whenever you guys blow your accounts or whatever, we can start. We can get him on. Tomorrow, it's gonna not be that quick. Let's wait for March Madness. Let's see what happens. Oh, speaking of which, Take Profit Trader. We talked about this yesterday. Take Profit Trader, their CEO is a big sports fan. I'm pretty sure he's like big in hockey, big on NBA. March Madness is coming up. Hopefully he sprinkles up, cook up a nice deal for us. You should have on Charmaine and Blazin. I don't know who that is. You guys need to give me the handle for that. But how about this? How about this? Anyone you guys want on, you guys ask them too. And if they come to me and I scout them out, if you guys like them, I'll bring them on, even if they're small. Just ask your favorite creators or ask whoever you want to be on. Just tell them like, if you want to pop on Brian's stream, DM me on Twitter or Discord, and then I'll try to set up. Why did I open Twitter and the first thing that pops up? I'm not even following Patrick because he just post like a lot of random stuff. I don't want that on my timeline, but he pops up on my recommendation as like this Top Step trader is like just roasting her. Dude, Patrick is such a troll. Bring Kane. I think Kane is always busy. I don't think he's interested in staying on for those sessions. What I did before, I did like a few times, was bring Alex on. Alex is part of the lab, and I could ask him if he wants to show up again. That's perfectly fine too. Bring T-Trades. T-Trades doesn't really, signal trade. He just explains it, which is fine too. So he's not really there for live trading. I think he's more to teach people. Oh, Justin? Justin would be good, but I think he's too high profile too. I'll put his name down. Maybe if the stream grows, he'd be interested to hop on. Maple Stacks, does he do futures? We're at 3 p.m. right now. We're likely gonna slowly wrap this up. We're gonna do a giveaway. Well, Brian Stong. Do you believe in downside? I'm just gonna look at the charts again. Let's say this 15-minute closes, we get a 15-minute fair value gap, kind of like right here. If this inverses, I'm pretty sure this slams down to these lows. Or I'm like not pretty sure, but I'm slightly confident that it slams down to this low. It looks something like this. because this would be that displacement gap to take out the external liquidity, as well as a deeper drive inside the hourly. And if we get a strong flip displacement here, you're going for the next low as well as the low resistance. And I don't know how far we can go down, but this would be kind of my focus, this low. And then we'll try to see how far I can go. Nutty bar. I can bring Nutty bar on. If you guys want to see the trade that we took today, this short, you can rewind the stream if you want after stream. This is what we discussed here. I would watch it kind of like at 1 p.m. all the way to like 1:20 to really understand like me walking through the setup and why we don't take the trade yet. Wait for confirmation. We got the confirmation. We took the trade, and then bam. And then we also took this trade here, which more frequent or more quicker, like around 0.80. It's only because this 15-minute get deep drive down. I was kind of anticipating we get a closure and inverse this 15-minute. We didn't do that. So what happened is this 15-minute fair value gap, this bullish fair value gap is still in play. Simply, we just look for longs. We got a 1-minute inversion here. And I try to look at a good entry model, but just tagged in and then let it trail up. I'm surprised I let this trail pretty far. Holy crap. Yes, you guys remember that post I did with Tanya's what is it? Let me find it. I just look like I'm 14 in that photo, and like I ran with that too. I'm like, that's an inside joke in a way where I'm like, I'm 14. Where is that post? It was like kind of a long time ago now, like maybe 2 months ago. Let me see if I can find it. When did I go to meet up with them? It was like probably in December, was it? Or was it? Oh no, it was January, so it was earlier. I think it was January. I don't think I deleted it either. Let me see. Yeah, I can't find it. I don't know. But it was like a picture of me and Tanya from our vlog, and I just look like I'm a kid. All right, we should do the giveaway, and then, you know, I'll stick around for a little bit and answer questions. Yeah, for those who don't know, I'm 23. I feel mature inside, though, but, you know, kid at heart. Giveaway. Like the stream and comment YouTube username one time. All right, we're gonna do the giveaway now. You just gotta like the stream and then comment your YouTube username. You don't have to worry about the @ or not. It's just basically commenting your username however you want. And then we'll pick a winner. Then we're gonna wrap this up. You guys want to join the Discord? I'll pin the Discord link in the bio. Or not, I'll pin it on the YouTube chat. You guys want to join there? But yeah, good stream, good stream. I didn't think PM was gonna be good today. I was like kind of going in thinking like this price actually gonna be so bad, just because of what happened to AM. But look at that, man. We cooked. You can't have it any better. always gonna cook. I gave us a few more minutes here and then wow, some people are spamming their username. If you get picked, the boss gonna be like disqualified. I try not to reveal like if they get picked though, because they're gonna get mad. They're gonna be like, I didn't know. It's like it's not worth even to mention. I just next roll. Membership giveaway. When we merge, that could be possible. Maybe we'll do like a free month worth $100. That could be good too if you guys want to do that instead of prop account. We're gonna do like one a day. That'd be good. On top of the prop account even. Because that doesn't really cost me anything. That just gives you a free access. That's good idea. That's a good idea. But I'm like up like freaking 17K in these today. Pretty good. We might just I might move everyone who is in my group, like who are in lifetime, just we're gonna either create a new group or we're just gonna move it to a dedicated group. It could be mine, it could be Desi. Most likely Desi, so I could just maybe turn my Discord into a smart prop firm where we just talk about prop firms essentially, about payout denials, and then I'll be working with Desi on his. I think that's the best route. When merger, we're gonna work on it this weekend. Hopefully we have it ready by Monday. All right, that should be enough time. Let's pick the winner. Winner today is Stephen Duff. I'll give you a few minutes. Stephen Duff. Yeah, so if you have a lifetime membership from either mine or his, you're gonna be in both. And if we do split up, you still keep the lifetime. That's the best part about lifetime. Because I've been trading at least on Discord for like 3 years now, and I don't plan to stop trading at all. Maybe I'll take a hiatus and just trade like on YouTube, but I'll be always on Discord helping people. But yeah. Let me see. Stefan, are you here, Stefan? If you're not here by 3:18, we'll have to pick another one. Is there a way to lower the smart prop firm cash withdrawal to 25 instead of 50? I mean, you just let that accumulate. What we do is like every quarter, we'll remove the limit. So what we did last time was in January, we just moved the limit. Oh, all right, Stefan Duff, just DM me a Discord, and then take a screenshot of your handle. But okay, I'm gonna be around for another 10 minutes. If you guys want to ask me anything, I'm here to answer a question. I'm done trading basically. Can you break down how I go from noob to your level trading? It's gonna take time. It's gonna take effort. You want to plan things out. You want to back test. You want to forward test. Basically, my best advice for newbies who aren't sure what they're doing, you just want to pick one model really and hone that to the best of your abilities. I'm so drawn to the lows or these relative or lower liquidity right now. I can anticipate like a slam down while I'm talking about this. But yeah, you want to focus on one model and really take that to the next level. It could be off inversion, it could be breakers, unicorns, turtle soup. Yeah. I'm trying to stick within my rules. For the most part, I avoid trading anything past 3. That's power hour. And even though I like the setup, power sometimes get really like funky. What do you really even trade? I see you use 15-minute inversion in Desi. I just want to understand why y'all use it. It's gonna take you time for you to learn. What I do is I try to explain every setup every time I take a trade on stream. So if you've been on the stream for like, let's say 30 streams right now, and we took 30 trades, like 1 stream per trade, I explain every time why I take the trade, before it happened, during, and after. And then hopefully you pick up on it. If you want to have more info on the unicorn model, you go down to education, which I have open. These are the unicorn materials I made. Just really study it, and then we test it real time. You can watch me or you can back test it. Do you trade differently, different prop at the same time? Yes, because some props have cap payouts, some doesn't. So the cap payouts, I do base hits. Uncapped, I can do base hits, or I could let that run and do bigger size or go for bigger days. Do you use limits or markets? 80% limit, 20% market. Mostly limits though, because, you know, if I'm already anticipating the trade where I want to see it, for the most part, limits is what I want to do. Markets typically only when there's an inversion, when I'm trying to chase it. What do you mean by base hits? It's basically like a few $100 per day. Like some people go for like $1,000 per day or something like that. Whatever goes for prop firm's sake. Like let's say 300, $400 per day out of 20 accounts. That's like 8,000 total if it's 400 per day. It really adds up. All right, Stefan, I got your DM. I'll handle that after stream. But yeah, how many of you guys are here are new, like under, let's say 3 streams and watching? Or also, if you're also from Johnny, type Johnny too. He brought some of his members in and we've been trying to talk to them. New or Johnny? we're gonna try to slowly integrate you in our style, because I think Johnny trades similar as me, but you basically have another mentor. That's, for me, I don't really have. I trade for free on YouTube, so you can ask me anything. There's always new viewers every day, and we want to really get them up to speed on how we operate. Hopefully they enjoy the stream and stick around. Is there prop firms without activation fees? There's actually plenty of prop firms with activation fee. I honestly don't like activation fee anymore. I think it's somewhat predatory. I'd rather have it at all-in costs. So let's go over this. Like Tradeify has no activation fee for the most part, unless you do advanced, which I don't even recommend. The growth does activation fee. The straight defend direct funded is already in the price, as well as Take Your Trader direct funded. Take Profit, they had sales before with no activation fee, but now they don't. Still a good firm though, because daily payouts. Apex has activation fees. My Fund Futures doesn't. If you no plans have activation fee. My Fund Futures. So like basically these 3 have no activation fee. Take Profit could not, depending on the sale. 5% cash rebate, guys, on any of the prop firm purchase. All right, let me look at the new comments here. The lab member, welcome if you're from the lab. The lab is also very goated. How much is CPT activation? It's 130, but they run promos often where there's no activation fee, which makes it better. Right now they do 50% off, but they always do like 40% off with no activation fee. It saves you a lot more money. How does live account work on My Fund Futures? I have not been moved to live with My Fund Futures yet, because I usually don't trade mind futures often. They just have very low scalability. They only have 3 counts. While like, you know, take profit S5, taps up S5, AVX S20. We can go on and on. Trade 5 S5. It had 7 before, but with low 3 firms, like I don't really focus too much on it. I just do small hits and just get the payout. How long did you learn ICT and implement it and seeing the results? So I think I started learning IC like 2022, so it's been like 3 years now. And the first year has been like fickle because I would dance around. I would look at the market maker model, I'll look at breakers, I'll look at inversion, I'll look at turtle soup. I'll just be going all around, bouncing off entries because it's such a big umbrella of a concept where you can get easily lost in the sauce. And that's when I started looking at breakers and unicorns, and I backtested the hell out of that. And then, you know, after I found some info, like refined it to where I liked it, I then went to forward testing, which basically means trading real markets, applying the results. And that's the same time where I started live streaming on YouTube, putting some pressure on me. And we focused most of our trades on unicorns and breaker setups. And it turned out to be like a very high probability type of trading in entry function. And that's how I grew a lot of my funded up. How can we follow your Asia trading? We have this Asia trading chat, which I haven't been trading Asia this week because price action is poor, but last week and the week before, I was trading it frequently and we had some big hits on it. But this is the channel. It's open to everyone right now. So we're gonna keep it that way. But you know, eventually the YouTube streams are not gonna maybe the stream's not gonna be on YouTube anymore. I'll just be focused on Discord if I do choose to focus on Discord. But yeah. Don't sell out. You can't, you know, I literally put a whole year on YouTube. There's gonna be a point where, here's the thing, there's gonna be a point where the stream gets way too big and I don't want to re-explain everything I do every single day. Because it becomes more of a hassle, and then like that's where you want to just cultivate a small group of traders. It could be like maybe 300 traders, and then just grow them in a more fast-paced way, like more hands-on. But let's say that the stream gets like to 2,000 people. It's gonna be like everyone's like, "What's a breaker? What's a BBR?" And then that's where it gets very very tedious. It's not gonna end like already. It's gonna. I'm saying like months ahead. It's gonna, let's say like July, like 4 months later, maybe then we'll start shifting. I don't have any plans of ending the streams now, but people want me to stream like endlessly for eternity. What is a breaker? Basically, it's a failed order block. It would similar, like you see an inversion, right? You see a fair value gap. Once it invalidates, it becomes an inversion. The same thing, the same principle. If this order block gets invalidated, it becomes a breaker. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna make some videos out of it too. Those are gonna be the next step. Anyways, I posted the Discord link on Pen. I'll post it again. If you guys want to join the Discord, we're gonna be working on it, and then we're gonna announce any announcement or whatever. So let's end the stream, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow on a Friday. 8-day win streak, or 7-day. We end tomorrow on a green note. We just kill the week, and we just keep the streak flowing.